Peggy 18.
Hello guys, welcome to Extreme Gaming's first ever episode of No Fighting in the War Room. It's going to be a weekly podcast where we talk about all things sort of in the news and random. And so this week I have a few people with me. So if we start with the guy that's online and joined us, it's Richard. Richard, like to introduce yourself and say what you're about?
All I'm about is gaming. I work for the Gazette doing the gaming column. I also do a bit for you guys, Extreme Gaming. But yeah, I'm just one massive nerd.
Awesome. That's a great introduction. Right. Next on my left-hand side is a guy dressed like a ninja, which is a bit stereotypical, but you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Josh, also known as Eurasian for obvious purposes, but you can't see at the moment. I'm all about gaming as well. I've been gaming for 14 years of my life, and I feel it's time to spread the love.
Yeah, you're looking mighty sexy in your sort of roll neck jumper, Josh.
Thank
I'm
you.
just going to say, being this close to you, I feel kind of a little bit uneased. Next up, we have Chris.
And I'm sort of the underdog of the group here. I'm a massive gamer, opinionist. I love movies. Been gaming all my life.
Sounds like a dating thing, man.
Did you
I'm
say
opinionised.
gaming or
Yeah,
I'm
he's
opinionised.
been gaming all his
I
life,
like
yes.
long walks on the beach.
Awesome. Well, that's great.
I also help make the videos for XTREME.
Awesome. And next up, it's my business partner and brother.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm co-owner even of Extreme Gaming. Gamer tag Mad Destroyer, massive gamer. And this is a bit new for me.
Right, well, that's everyone's introductions. So what we're going to do, basically, we're going to get straight into a subject because there's been a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to talk about the first thing that comes to mind, which is Aliens: Colonial Marines. Came out a little while ago. I liked it. I had fun with it. I don't know what everybody else thought. It's got an absolute ripping in the press.
Yeah, but it literally got one up the bum, didn't it, to be fair?
Yeah, it got 2 fists in its anus. I'm not sure it deserved it, to be honest. Anyone else who played it? Anyone else got any thoughts on it?
Yes, I played it. And I believe that there was too much hype at the beginning, obviously being the Alien franchise. And basically, I think that came down to obviously the critics bashing it which in the end I don't see why, because the game was absolutely fine in my eyes. Obviously, it needed to be tidied up here and there. But what were people expecting? Another Black Ops, another Call of Duty? I don't know. But I found it pleasure.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to play. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if the hype was because we're all waiting for that one Aliens game to come out. The one game we really want it to be. So I think it's a bit like any Aliens game is going to struggle to meet the hype. Chris,
right.
you going to jump in?
Well, they didn't have the issue with what was it? The
video.
the AI.
Oh, the AI.
Before they released it, it was all finished. It looked gorgeous. So then, as soon as it come out, obviously the graphics had been.
Oh, you were talking about the comparison video. That, in fairness, that was a bit. That was very.
Letdown, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a bit strange. In fairness, until someone posted it up, I can't remember who posted it up. I couldn't remember. I remember playing it and thinking, this isn't as beautiful as I had it in my head as being.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think something's gone on. I think something's definitely happened. Anyone else played it? Any other views?
I played it roughly at Eurogamer. I played as Marines. At first, I was struck. Literally, aliens everywhere, climbing through vents, just picking people off. I really liked it.
I think it's got. I think it's got 2 sides to that coin. I think the single player isn't. I think you're right, Rich. I enjoyed it. It's never going to. It's an average game. It's a good game if you're an alien.
It doesn't deserve what the beating it got. It doesn't deserve the 4s and 5s. You know, it's nothing round there.
It's an 8 out of 10 game.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe 8 if you're an Aliens fan. I'm an Aliens fan. I played it all the way to the end and finished it. I think it's got 2 sides to the story. The multiplayer is a lot of fun. Having played multiplayer is really good.
It's a different spin on a first-person shooter, though, isn't it?
Multiplayer.
I think partly the reason it's getting panned is obviously the COD fanboys. It's not Call of Duty, is it? Multiplayer, and therefore it's going to get a kicking.
I don't know. I just think Aliens is one of them paradox games that's never gonna succeed because every shooter is pretty much based off Aliens. So if it does anything that's like the Aliens film, it's going to be classed as every other shooter. And if it does something that isn't an Aliens film, it'd be sold, well, it's not Aliens, so it's rubbish.
Well, they gave Brink a higher mark, didn't they, on the ratings count?
That's a really good point. I played Brink at Eurogame before it came out. I think you were with me, Josh, weren't you? And that game was amazing, right? And whatever the fuck they did to that game, right? I have no idea. It was like, here you go, it's free running, it's run around, there's all these, it alternates the plots and the routes you take, and everyone was like, yeah, this is brilliant. And it came out, and it was utter turd.
It was easy.
It was
I managed to complete both sides of the story in 6 hours.
I didn't get it though. I just didn't get the game. When it came out and I see it, I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
What was it all about?
One of the issues was that the hype was just so massive.
Well, for Brink or for
Like you saw like the gameplay trailers they released and all this.
Yeah, that had me glued. I was glued to that just because of that, and I bought it because of that. And unfortunately, as we do say, it was plop.
I just think there was a bigger change in how that game turned out as it was shown than there was for Aliens. But yet again, it wasn't shown. Yes, Aliens is bugged, and yes, Aliens is isn't the game it could have been. But it does. It's one of the things that pisses me off when I get people that tell me that I shouldn't like a game because in their opinion they're correct. I hate that, and I also hate the fact that people score it down because it's glitched. But yet you look at something
Skyrim?
like there you go. Look at Skyrim. Skyrim hasn't worked properly on PS3 up until now. So, but that game's still got 9s and 10s, and I don't know, it just knocks me off. I think there's more to it than we know. So I think there's stories behind the scenes with Sega. I enjoyed Aliens, so basically what I'm saying is fuck y'all. If you like Aliens, go play the game. It's good. It's fun.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. Right. So other news, obviously big news. The story which had more leaks than a leaky leaky ship was the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Anyone's thoughts? Anyone seen it? Anyone said anything about it? What do you think?
I haven't seen too much of it, but I've heard from obviously you guys and stuff that it's representing obviously the pirate side of things. But you could kind of see it coming, with the last game they had the boating, or should I say, not pee anyone off, ships, as they like to be called.
Vessels in the sea.
They had the ships involved. And you could see it almost kind of going that way, I guess. I'm quite looking forward to it, to be fair. I'm not a massive Assassin's Creed fan. I've only played number 3, shame on me. But I enjoyed number 3, and I'm quite looking forward to the new pirate version.
Anybody else?
I'd love to see how they have the free running in it, if it's going to be possibly mainly naval based.
I can answer these questions for you, Josh. I was at the press conference. That's right. I'm name dropping. I was invited by Ubisoft, and I do some things. Before I go into that spiel, anybody else? No.
I'm looking forward to the combat because the combat seems to get better and better every game. So
yeah, true.
It's a lot less complicated, and it flows a lot easier.
What interests me is a couple of things that I'm excited about, and some things I'm really confused about. The free running. They've got different zones. So like one town is like one of the main capitals is basically all cities and stuff. So you can free run in there. So they've got basically a different zone for different things. So obviously in Assassin's Creed 3 you could run around trees and stuff. Do your Bear Grylls shit. But you can do that again in sort of jungle modes. Some islands got jungles on and others islands got cities on. It's totally free roam, so it's totally fluid. So I think people are missing that. Yeah, well, I think people are missing that in the trailer. It's not really clear. It's like when you're on your boat and you dive off your boat and get to land. There's no loading screen there. It just does it. So for me, that's really exciting. It's almost like a GTA sort of thing.
And Far Cry.
Yeah, I mean, it's got Ubisoft have got a real thing against killing animals at the minute. I mean, I know Petra have had their say and shit like that, but they are really laying into the animals. It's bears and shit and Komodo dragons in Far Cry. Now it's sharks and whales. These guys ain't giving up. There were sharks in Far Cry. Yeah,
sharks.
Yeah, I punched a shark in the face. The one thing I do think is a bit strange and is a bit odd is for all the new multiplayer aspects in this new announcement, there's no naval warfare multiplayer. Which I think is a big letdown for me because I was kind of hoping to have like
that would be massive.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping unless it's going to be DLC. I was kind of hoping to have like 3-4 people on a boat and then like have multiple boats.
The cannons.
Yeah,
that'd be excellent.
That would be brilliant. And then boarding each other's ships. I thought that'd be really cool. I'm hoping
like Jack Sparrow of the sea.
Kind of, yeah. I'm kind of hoping that that's not been left out or it's going to be DLC. And they can take my money if it's going to do that. I'll buy that DLC. But just strange that it wasn't already in there.
I can't see them doing all that work and not having or it leading to something like that though.
Well, it's obviously open. They can open that out into the future. I mean, like they could always do like an MMO type pirate game for you.
MMO.
I mean, because how good is the shipping or boating in the sailing?
Piloting. the piratey things.
Yeah.
Do you know,
The boaty thing.
I liked the boat ship pirate stuff in Assassin's Creed 3. Only thing I did say about it was that I know it's a game, so everyone stop getting ready to brandish your keyboards. However, it was like Arnold had pimped up your boat. You had like 1 million guns on your ship, so you just float alongside the ship, bam, 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 you just blow the hell out of this other boat. I know it's a game, I understand that, but I would like a little bit more realism. Maybe, perhaps, perchance. So, next bit of news, I suppose the biggest bit of news, really, is the announcement of the PlayStation 4. Anybody else haven't watched the announcement?
Yeah, I did.
Yep, I did as well.
It was a great controller.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
That
amazing.
share button.
What did you think about it, anyone? And do we think the new 360 or 720 Durango or whatever it is, Rainbow Maker, is going to be any better?
I mean, the hype for. I mean, like, they just build it up so much, and then obviously everyone was talking about seeing the box itself.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't really launch too much or reveal too much, even because obviously the 720 is rival coming in, but then.
You know the real name of the new Xbox? It's the 720. You heard it here first. Chris Beaver has just let it out of the bag. It is, in fact, the 720.
Sorry,
You
guys,
fucker.
I just couldn't contain that information.
Yeah.
All basically they did was they showed the controller, tickled Microsoft's balls, and then hopefully Microsoft will go, kapow, here's our console, this is what you should have done.
And then PlayStation will finalise theirs, making it going, oh, that's
Yeah, but I don't know what they're going to change about. I mean, I can only assume that obviously they haven't worked out the final design, or the fact that the look of it looks like an effigy of Saddam Hussein's face. They didn't want to show it, and they thought it was a bad idea. But I just don't. I don't really care. I didn't see it. Was I excited? Yeah, I was excited. I genuinely was excited by what I saw.
And
PlayStation 4.
disappointed as well.
I was just. I don't know. It's kind of what I expected. That's probably why I was disappointed. I don't know if that makes sense. I kind of expected a really powerful this generation console, which is in effect what you're going to get. The leap from last gen to this gen was from normal graphics to high def. Where do we go from here? I'm assuming we get super powered consoles, which is what we've got. Yeah. That does leave me a little bit underwhelmed because I don't see Microsoft doing anything different in that regard.
See, I think PlayStation, what they've done is they focused more on sharing and live streaming because
social media.
Yeah, pretty much social media in a whole, and like trying to get it out, like in a way, trying to look for, say, the next YouTube or streamer's talent sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's still falling behind Microsoft, isn't it? Because it's almost like the water Microsoft has already sort of.
I don't see Microsoft being that worried by it, no. And the fact they didn't, normally you get like someone leaked the specs for this, and so they didn't say anything. They were just like, "Oh, that's nice. Good job there."
another mistake they made. I think they should have stuck to PS4 or PS3 multi-platform, whatever. But they should have stuck to the exclusives. Because whereas I think there were like 2 or 3 games they announced that were from all platforms.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah, I mean, do you know? Actually, that's the one thing that really, if I would be doing my absolute nut if I was at Sony. You go and spend cajillions of dollars on getting Blizzard, and the game you announced to be your game, the killer, is Warcraft. No, it's not. It's Diablo. Who gives a fuck? Diablo was shit. No, everyone played. Everyone went out and bought it, and it's sold like an absolute billion, and everyone got bored of it after about an hour.
Yeah, and the first couple of months, it was trying to sign in, and on Reddit, some of the posts were the Diablo 3 going, "This is what it's going to be on PlayStation 4. Cannot connect to server."
Yeah, it's just you've got Blizzard, you've got World of Warcraft, which would be the absolute killer for Sony to get for Microsoft. Do you know what I said? I said I don't care what you do. I don't care how many versions you need to sacrifice. Right, you make this console run World of Warcraft online, because if we do that, we'll get every single person to buy our console.
In a way, people stay on the computer because they can have their music playing, streaming, and have like little chat boxes or whatever with Skype on at the same time. Compared to PlayStation in a whole, they haven't even got like something equivalent to Skype or an Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose
Microsoft have bought Skype, haven't they?
Yeah, Microsoft bought Skype. Yeah, the Microsoft buying everything.
Yeah,
I'm fairly certain they own me. I need to check, but
they own me. That's how I got to leak the information.
Of course, yes, that makes sense.
They basically have bought everything. I'm going to have to go and look at my trouser drawers in a minute because they probably nicked them as well.
I reckon they probably had. They were never yours to start with. That's the trick with Microsoft.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I know we're giving it a bit of a bashing. I mean, I'll probably do the same for the 720, as Chris has called it. But I genuinely was excited. I genuinely was excited. I was disappointed with the games they showed. I thought they were a bit dull. A pretty first-person shooter, a car game with some strange man
That will
talking about
never
this.
get released.
Did they actually show Killzone? Was that?
Yeah,
was that
they showed Killzone Shadowfall. I want to say it was called Shadowfall. I tell you what, the one game I was getting a little bit sexual over was Deep Down, whatever codename that was for Capcom's new game. Looked absolutely astounding. And then you had some game with some puzzle, and it was just shit. And I wasn't interested. But yeah, I liked what I saw for PlayStation 4. I think the announcement could have been done a shitload better. One question: who cares about backwards compatibility?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah.
I
I don't give a monkeys.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like I've always said, you probably do say as well, keep your old consoles if you want to play your old games. I've still got the bloody SNES, I've still got the Commodore 64, so there we go.
No, I agree. I know you guys want it. I don't see the fuss. How many times do I go back and play my old Xbox games? Never. And it's not because
not a G-Hawk.
No, I'm not a G-Whore, no, correct. However, I just don't care. I very rarely go back and play a this generation console game. Once I've finished it, I won't go. As good as Tomb Raider is, which we'll probably talk about in a minute if we've got time, I will probably only play through that once, and that'll be it for me. XCOM, which is a whole other show, I would play over and over again. But I don't really care if it's not backwards compatible. I just want it to be a good gaming console. So that's that. So, okay.
Absolutely.
Last thing on what's happening, what's happened. Tomb Raider.
Don't even start with this game.
All right, we're not talking about Tomb Raider
Awesome.
then. Okay.
Right, guys, yeah. What is Tomb Raider?
Bloody awesome.
Did someone say Tomb Raider? No,
Tomb Raider,
okay.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
So who's played it? Who wants to play it? Who's seen it? What is it?
I've played it, and I have to say, I'm blown away, to be fair. I played the first one that ever came out, and I didn't really like it, and that put me off Tomb Raider for good. This one came out, and I was like, okay, I'll give it another bash. The reviews have been good. People have been giving it, good to say. Let's give it a go. And I haven't been disappointed. If Assassin's Creed, the new one, the Black Flag, can do what Tomb Raider have done, then I don't see why, Assassin's Creed can't go absolutely bonkers as well. But yeah, the Tomb Raider has just been a step up. It's completely amazing in my eyes.
Well, they say it's not really a reset of the franchise, isn't it? But I think it has. It
clearly is a reset.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not officially, it's not as they've been saying. But you see, like diehard fans are posting. And...
Do you know what it is? I think it's a Devil May Cry effect. Yeah. Oh, you can't change the mark. You changed his hair, and I fucking hate you now.
I'll still play it, and I'll still like it.
Yeah, her boobs aren't big enough anymore and stuff
she
like that.
She talks differently, and look, she's got a different coloured shit. Oh, shut up and die.
She's the bow and arrow.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I played about 5 hours. The one thing I would say about it, right, and don't get me wrong, this does not detract from the game whatever. The emotion part of it is absolutely astounding up until the point that emotion is realised. And what I mean by that is, it's like, here's a deer, I need to eat, I'm really sad. I'll bow and arrow that deer, and I was generally like, "Oh fuck, man, that deer's dying." And then I walked over there and I stabbed the deer a little bit more, because that's what you do. And,
blunt arrow.
Yeah, with a blunt arrow, and I felt really bad about it. And then I came back and I ate the food, the deer meat, which was nice. And then it was like, oh, well, that was really sad. But you do realise now, if you kill other fluffy animals, you get points. And I was like, well, fuck that then. And I went around and just killed everything. And she showed no remorse. And she was like, yeah, fair enough. I'm going to kill a bird. And it's just little things like that, like where they do really well with the emotion. When she makes her first human kill. And it's like, yeah, that's done really well. And then literally the next 10 minutes are spent killing 15, 16 other blokes in various ways.
Well, then again,
she actually gets that remorse back as well. There's a part that
Don't you ruin it for me!
I haven't played it.
I heard a rumour. Yeah.
It might have happened somewhere.
Oh, no, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a step closer to games being seen as films. I think the acting in it is astounding, and I think the facial animation is brilliant. I just don't. It could just be played a little bit more.
It's quite brutal as well, isn't it?
She gets absolutely beaten the hell out of.
She gets mullered.
She gets fucked up.
I'm sorry for her.
Yeah, no, she gets. I mean, I've been eaten by a wolf, stabbed, impaled, crushed, set on fire,
Twice.
shot, drowned.
The first level.
Yeah, that's pretty hardcore.
You wait till 10 minutes into the game. That's just.
That was the intro. Yeah, that was 5 minutes. Wait till 10 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, I haven't played it. I mean, my only sort of worry is watching people playing a multiplayer at the moment. The servers do look a bit laggy. I mean, maybe it was just the ones that I was watching today, but it was very glitchy and laggy.
Yeah.
Other than that, the game looks immense.
I went hands on with the multiplayer, and I had a lot of fun with it. I think if you get a good server, it is a lot of fun.
It's clever. What they've done is it kind of relates to what's that game on PS3? Uncharted. I just think they've
Yeah, I think they've got them, haven't they? Uncharted stole Tomb Raider's thunder, didn't it?
There's always guys like that, but then Uncharted did obviously multiplayer before they did.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider did.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think the conflict there is just way too much. I don't know, because I played Uncharted and I liked the multiplayer, and then Tomb Raider came along. I don't really like it. It's good. No, it's clever how you can lay up traps.
Yeah.
There's obviously stuff to do in the survivors and the attackers, and it's all clever. But I just think if you dive in on a free for all, or you're both the same faction or whatever, then it's generic. If you get me.
Oh, what a bummer, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, man.
You just brought it all down.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, well.
Right
there you
down
go.
there.
There's that one.
Well, all right, Chris.
Okay, and that's the first and last ever
Yeah,
podcast.
for Chris. Suck dick, Chris.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we like it, man.
Have you got your grumpy trousers on, Chris?
He's got his grumpy pants on and his grumpy shirt. Grump. Right.
Grumpy hair.
Yeah, he's got his. Well, don't talk about his hair. Right. So that's about what's been happening this week. Is there any bad news, or anything that's pissed people off, or they've read about or seen, or just I don't know? Because all that seems really positive, and I don't come across like I'm sucking everyone's dick. So let's find someone to nail to a wall. Cod. Ooh, wow, here we go. Why don't you pick a big one, mate? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Send our ship out and get sucked by Activision. Go for it, Josh.
Talk about Cod.
I like Cod.
Cod's my favourite.
It's the connection, really, lately. That's been bugging me online. It's since the World Championships have been getting closer, I've noticed how the connections between all the players on league play and public matches has started to drop. The quality of the matches.
So it's because everyone's bumming it really, really hard to get to the qualifiers.
It's already gone. It's already gone.
Okay, well maybe it's just
The ones in Cologne, this weekend.
talking about my colon. I don't play COD competitively, so I look at it a totally different light, I suppose. I think COD's biggest problem is people expecting. If you took COD, the name Call of Duty, away from it and just put it out as a shooter, people would be like, it's a really good shooter. I think because you put COD on it, they're like, oh, it's rubbish. It's not as good as last COD. They do it every single time.
Yeah.
Well,
it comes
I
out.
play the zombies, and I have to say I do like the zombies, but I'm not a big fan of the multiplayer. But one thing I would change for the zombie side of things is more customization. I want more tools to be able to make a map, possibly for future gen.
Ooh,
I want more tools to be able to create my own Easter eggs and be able to post that online so people can do them. Perhaps just maybe not one disc but 2 discs. Have one for the zombies and have another disc for the multiplayer and storyline or whatever. But they need to sort something out so it's more customization, I believe, for the zombie side of things.
Yeah, I would go with the whole storyline thing because the story from Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I want to say it, is absolute fucking wank. It's just like
rubbish, yeah.
to me, it's like they sat down and went, you know what? No fucker's going to play the single player, so let's just do what we want. Let's have horses that are indestructible. Let's have some guy that can go invisible. Let's have squirrel suits. Let's have everyone at the end playing a song. And I was
It's a Quentin Tarantino movie on acid.
yeah, I was just like, okay, well, this makes absolutely zero sense. I don't know. I think its multiplayer it has and always will be solid. I know I have arguments with people, and it'll be, I don't get on with it. I'm not very good at it, but I can see it for what it is. I like zombies if it's a little bit too complicated nowadays for me. But yeah, I think I've seen a lot of stuff online about people moaning about connection and just feeling a little bit of a lack of love coming from Treyarch and that to the community.
I feel
I've seen.
they're focusing too much on the World Championship and getting stuff sorted for that, but also disregarding the casual.
The core
Yeah, the
game
core.
base.
Yeah.
They didn't really leave much room for the core gamer base, did they? Though, how much stuff was it streaming, league play, all for the competitive scene, and then you get like the core playlist, which is like, for amateurs who can't play the game. But then if you want to play the game, by yourself or you're online and you just enjoy it, like certain people, then
Yeah, but you say amateurs. Those amateurs have all paid their £40 for the game,
Exactly.
and I guarantee you, there's more amateurs buying that game, playing it online, than your competitive gamer.
Yeah, I'd go with that. I think there's that thing there. I've had this argument loads of times with competitive players saying, look, I know you're passionate and you are the vocal, but you're the vocal minority, and ultimately it's the silent majority which Activision Treyarch need to make sure are happy, and ultimately they must be, because they're buying it by the absolute shed load every time it comes out. It sells, and so they must be doing something right. So, I know it's maybe not ultra competitive, but that's just the way it is. Right, so that's this week's news. What's hot and what's not. Right, so now we're going to talk about just briefly, because I've noticed this is stretched on a little bit. So our next subject is just what's coming up in the very near future. So for me, I'm going to talk about BioShock Infinite, which I went and played 3 hours with in Windsor, don't you know? I went up there with Falco and Quintus, and we, it is absolutely amazing. I honestly, I can't tell you, the game is jaw-dropping. I only played, like I say, I had 3 hours, a 3 hour segment. I think I only got halfway through in the 3 hours I was there, purely because I was too busy looking at everything, digging around everywhere, doing a side quest. I am so excited about BioShock Infinite. If it's not on your buy list, and then you're not even a human being. In fact, you're the worst sort of human being going. So yeah, that's me. I'm all about BioShock Infinite.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to Injustice: Gods Among Us.
Yeah.
I am really looking forward to it. I'm not a massive fighting beat 'em up fan, but I did like the old
Spandex.
Yes,
it's the spandex,
I did like the old spandex, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, I think this one has caught my eye somewhat, because obviously you've got your big heroes in there, your big villains in there. You can interact with the environment.
It's done by NetherRealm, isn't it? Is it the same people that did Mortal Kombat?
That's correct, yeah. Same people that did Mortal Kombat. I don't believe there's going to be your fatalities or anything like that, and I don't think there's even going to be blood. They've tried to cut that out, but what I've seen from it so far looks very impressive.
Have you seen the collector's edition?
Yeah, and the collector's edition comes with a Batman smacking one on Wonder Woman. Is that correct?
Oh, it's something like that. Someone's getting the shit kicked out of him, but it's a great statue. I'll tell you that much. I'm sure it's Batman, because he's very marketable at the moment.
I'm pretty sure it's Wonder Woman as well. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that looks good, and I think I will have to put some money into getting that.
Who would win the fight out of Wonder Woman, Batman?
I'm going to go with Wonder Woman. She's a god.
She is a god.
She's technically a god, so I don't know how anyone's Superman, powered by the sun, indestructible, apart from kryptonite, which there seems to be a fuckload of everywhere. So, hey, Superman, lucky I've got my kryptonite amulet with me. I always bring that with me, just in case I get attacked by a man from Krypton. I don't know. There's a lot in there. Batman can get the shit kicked out of him everywhere, because he's just a bloke in a suit, ultimately.
And a playboy.
That shouts.
With gadgets.
I swear that's how he gets so many fights, because they can't understand him. Let's move on. So, Josh?
I'm looking forward to Destiny. I want to see how it evolves. If it's going to be a massive open world game like Planet Side 2 on PC, or if it's going to be quarantined off like Operation Flashpoint.
See, I think I'm a sci-fi nerd, and I'm really excited. I'm going to try not to swear so much. That's a lie. I'll probably swear loads. And the only thing I find interesting about it is Bungie. So obviously it's going to be, they know what they're doing. Obviously we've seen that in the other games they've done. The only thing I'm concerned about is all the hype seems to be like self-generated by the fans. So it's like the next day comes on, it's there'll be tanks, and there's like fleets of spaceships, and oh really? Yeah. Who said that? John told me. Or who told him? Billy told him. And where's this come from? It's just
Everything
Reddit.
evolves from Reddit.
So I'm a bit worried that we're doing what we do with every game. We're overhyping it, because ultimately everyone wants to be Han Solo, don't they? Well,
my
I do.
uncle who lives in space has seen it. So,
Your uncle lives in space.
Yeah, and he's seen the game like being played. So yeah,
right.
I could tell you all the details, but I'm not going to.
Well, Chris has gone bye-bye, so I don't know what we got left. Oh yeah, Destiny's going to be cool, man. Destiny's going to be cool. Any idea? Anyone else thoughts on Destiny or? No? Okay, that's how cool we are with it. Right, yeah, we're really excited. Right, so Chris, what are you excited about? You crazy man, fuck.
I'm a die-hard fan. I'm looking forward to Blacklist. It's a Blacklist. Have you seen the collector's edition? What is it? You get a
plane. You get a massive plane. You do. You get a plane.
We don't get the plane. and the UK
is it,
don't get
is
the
it
plane.
only US again?
Yeah.
Motherfucker! I said I wasn't going to swear, but fuck you, Ubisoft, right? I want a cool toy.
You know what? I'm no longer a fan.
Yeah, that's it. I'm out. That reason, I'm out.
What is Splinter Cell?
Yeah, well, but it's not Michael Ironside, is it?
It's not. No, that's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's me putting it down on you now, as you like it.
I'm crying now. I got like a tear in my eye. I mean, why?
That's because Sam's got his finger in your bum. That's
Sorry.
the only reason why you got a tear in your
Why
eye.
wouldn't they use Michael Ironside?
I thought it was a mouse.
I think probably because he's going to die soon.
I do you reckon they're hinting for movies also.
Yeah, well, they are. Well, that's.
Voice
Do
acting.
you know what? That's
Yeah.
because Ubisoft got their own film studio, haven't they? And there was something about, is it Phoenix Rising for Assassin's Creed? And obviously now this. So I think they're making movies. And obviously they did Ghost Recon Alpha Protocol, which was a mini movie. And
I like.
Michael Fassbender is
Altair.
Altair. So I think, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that's why they've moved it away from Michael Ironside, because he's a little bit older now to be playing
And he
Sam
definitely
Fisher.
Death from Above.
Yeah,
movie.
I don't think he'll be doing that unless he literally is dead and just falls onto them. In which case, that would be death from above. So yeah,
Fans would get was a bit shocked if they're not the same voice as Michael Ironside.
it's going to take a while to adjust. I think it's a lot of talking to, hot milk,
I
some
reckon
cookies.
They'll lose a lot of fans. I reckon.
I think if the gameplay's there, I think they will. Looking at it, it looks like the running takedowns look just amazing.
They
Like,
look good. Obviously, that's where you couldn't before in Convictions, like when you couldn't wall takedown, which you could in previous Splinter Cells. That's just me nerding there. But
well, yeah, but in the first Splinter Cell, he's a Navy SEAL and he couldn't swim. So
Yeah.
we've come a long way, Chris, since those days. It's like,
Yeah, but he hadn't had his walk wing badge.
that's what, yeah, he's getting inflatable wings
he
on.
was
So
still a cadet.
still a cadet. Bro, what about you?
Well, see, me, I think it's Army of Two, Devil's Cartel.
Mhm.
However, with recent developments back in the studios, I'm not sure if it's going to finish off as well as. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I I feel about the first time
Yeah.
into it. I hated them. I thought they're absolute shite. It was just a case of, look, this is a 2-power cut buddy game, and we're going to bro fist and chest bump, and it was rubbish. They
But
generally.
it was a good
I have all the
two-player
aggro.
co-op. It was
Really?
It was,
I
yeah,
thought-
it was good when you played it two-player. I get what you're saying when it was like if you just banging a campaign out like single player on your own, but it was good fun like two players battling through it. But you know, I was looking forward to the way they changed it with the new development team behind it and everything else.
Violation?
Yeah.
It's Violation, yeah.
And,
It's Frostbite too, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
So,
I think the aggro system in the Army of Two. I've not been a huge fan, but the aggro systems in the game. You know, where one person gets all the
Mhm.
attention and then one flanks and kills you out.
Stealth,
I think that's
it's a good idea. I mean, I played it, and I'll be honest, I played it at the EA showcase last year, and I said to the lady that was there, I said, look, I'm gonna be honest and tell you I don't like Army of Two. She's like, good, I want you to play it, and I had a lot of fun playing it. It's like playing Expendables if they ever did a decent game for Expendables, but if they did
what was that game they released?
oh, that was
Yeah,
the
right
arcade
thumbstick
one.
being
Oh, it was
shoot.
just a big part. It was like, here's an intro with regards to Expendables. Like, yes, Expendables. Nothing needs an arcade show like this game. What is this? What is this game?
Is that
it's a
supposed to be-
letdown.
Is that supposed to be Stallone? Or
I don't know. It just sounded like somebody who was half asleep. Oh, that was Stallone. Yeah, I don't know. I think Army 2 could be good. I know there's loads of talk going on at the moment with EA and Violation. I don't know whether they've sacked them or not, or they've left, or what's going on. I know that EA kicked off this week. Peter Moore having a go at the press for saying
drop.
that. Yeah, I know. Me and Peter Moore, the P Meister, P Diddy, P Diddley-O, Moore Meister. More is more on the more.
More is less, bruv.
Yeah, more is less. Right. So yeah, he said it's utter fabrication. They hadn't sacked them. There will be another Dead Space, and so who knows? Who knows whether EA were lying or whether what's going on? I don't know. All I know is what I played of it was quite fun. It was a hell of a lot more fun than the other two Army of Twos. So I've said to everyone that's like me, if you didn't like Army of Two, try it. But I don't know. So
Did you say it's Frostbite 2 engine? Is that correct?
yes.
That's the first time, is it, for them? Because
Yeah,
they normally have the Unreal Engine. Was
Yeah,
that right?
I think so. Yeah, because it was like
Yeah.
all this shooting and nothing was getting destroyed apart from
That's
the wooden crates.
That's right.
Damn
Yeah.
them wooden crates.
Apart
So
from the
yeah,
wooden
I'm quite
crates.
looking forward to seeing what happens with the Frostbite engine.
Right. Well, that's kind of everything. I think.
Well, how about Riptide? You haven't discussed Riptide.
Well, I haven't, but you had a chance. You didn't want to talk about it. But we'll talk about Riptide, Rich, because obviously
Okay.
you're there and I'm here.
I'm a massive fan. I don't know about you guys, but I can't bloody wait. You know, it's the first one was needed polishing up in places, like most games do nowadays. But I thought it was pretty much perfect. To be fair, it had its fun elements. You could kick him on the floor. You could have some fun with him. Kick him around.
I'll worry about Rich. Kick him in the face. Kick him in the nuts. You can break their legs and kick him again.
Yeah, it's just fun. Honestly, if you get your friends involved, you can kick them around the beach.
Good kicking.
Yeah.
Use them as football. Amazing.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but I did like the game, and I can't wait for the second one.
Also, the game's fun.
I've heard they can swarm your boats, etc. The zombies.
I hope that's not a euphemism.
Yeah.
Sawing my boats.
I thought that
They can swarm my boats. Yeah.
the game is good enough, but I read the book before the game came out. Sad as that sounds and lame as it is, but
it's really sad and lame, Chris.
Yeah.
It's really
the
sad.
the game, the way you could throw your weapons, the way you could chop zombies' arms off just by slicing them, and they weren't, generic zombies. They were, real, the real thing. But the fact that the story, where if you played single player, you would, you'd walk forward and you trigger a cutscene, and
that's what happens in games.
All four people that were magically with you all of a sudden appear on the screen.
Yeah.
So you get this massive cutscene with all four people. As soon as the game starts, you're by yourself again. It's a massive anticlimax because you just want all these zombies charging you with four people.
I thought the end was a massive anticlimax. Do you know what? Dead Island, I was really impressed with for two reasons. One, it was Deep Silver's kind of first big game. Two, the world was so well realised, so it looked like a proper resort. And
the graphics looked amazing.
I thought so, yeah.
I thought the graphics were
stunning. It was good. Now I exercised my power as a reader and stopped reading Edge because they gave it 2 out of 10 because they said it was buggy when they had the review code and it needed a day one patch, and it was purely cheap journalism to say read this review, we're hatching this game. I thought I had a lot of fun with it. I only thought. My only downside to it was why I didn't finish it is for me it was more like a co-op game, and when my co-op buddies weren't with me, I just found it too much of a grind on my own, just to go through the levels.
It's not a game to play on your own. You need your friends involved to have a good laugh.
Think of the time they've had
that's a fact. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you have a lot of time for Riptide. It's got stuff like the hub element in it, which is like zombies where you can actually win, which I like the sound of, set your defences up and stuff like that. I also know they've got a domain name for Dead World, which rumours are it's next gen. I mean, that would be just fucking awesome if they did like a proper zombie game.
That's going to be brilliant, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, Riptide is definitely on there, and then obviously there's the big white elephant in the room, which is GTA.
GTA September.
It's got dogs in it. Yeah. At sometime, I reckon it'll be around like launch time of the new consoles.
I just don't like
2015.
3 characters. I just think it's gonna.
What is it? You're just a big negative cloud floating around,
It's gonna revolve.
raining on our parade with your negative rain.
There's no one to favour.
What?
There's no one to favour. You play as they release details. You play as 3 characters. One's a nut job, one's a criminal, and the other guy's a retired heistman. Or whatever.
Heistman? I said. What do you do? I go robbing. I'm a heistman, my lord.
But there's no carriages to rob.
I am bereft of all swag.
Your money or your life.
Yeah.
But then there's no one to revolve the whole game around. You can't feel for anyone. Whereas
I never knew you were such an emotional creature, Chris.
What are you babbling on about?
GTA, the first one, you played as him through the whole game, and he had a story by himself, and it just revolved around him. I just don't like the fact there's too much to handle.
You don't like to? There you have it. Chris doesn't like too much to handle, which is why he is significantly blessed downstairs. I don't know. I think it's quite a novel way of doing it, though. I've Rockstar. This is Rockstar, isn't it? Yeah, I would say Rocksteady, but Rockstar. I've never really got those sort of games wrong. Red Dead Redemption for me is still one of the best games out on.
On this generation. For the campaign, it was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Absolutely sublime. I mean, I know it's only one character, but I thought the last GTA was technically amazing. But just dull as fuck. It was so boring. Like the campaign to go through was just so boring, and I can't get hyped for this. I played, I don't know, what's the other one? Saints Row, and I was just like, this is fun. In 10 minutes, I'd skydived naked through a burning jumbo jet. I was battering something to death with a dildo, and I was like, this. I know this game is nuts, but at least I know what I'm getting out of it. GTA was like, oh, I'm driving a taxi, man. I'm going to pick someone up, and I'm going to drive another taxi somewhere else. Then I'm going to pay some pool. Oh, I don't care.
Phone calls from your cousin asking if you want to play darts.
Yeah, but what is it? It's a great idea. Let's put a phone in the game, and everyone does it, and they are fucking. I'm not that popular, right? No one reads my phone that many times. Is my cousin want to come play darts? No, I don't. Leave me alone. Go away. I'm having a wank. I'm too busy. I don't want to do this.
Have they said anything about? Are they going to have co-op on it? I don't know. Is it just a single player?
If there's 3 players, I know Chris hates it, but if there's 3 players, it'd be silly to not be drop in, drop out co-op.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be fair, I would definitely jump at that. If it was co-op, get your friends involved, you could have a right blast.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
Absolutely.
Like again,
there we go.
In terms of story, it won't be fun.
Yeah, we should all go kill ourselves.
Oh, God.
It's such a bad. We should all just have a pack right now and just go kill ourselves because everything in life is shit. I don't know. I think multiplayer with GTA is hilarious. Yeah. Absolutely hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious.
No doubt, but the co-op story.
The co-op story, which okay.
It's not confirmed, in fairness.
Is there anyone else excited about any other games that Chris can say are going to be rubbish? Chris, have you got any games that, apart from Splinter Cell, which we all rubbished? Anything else you want to talk about?
Grid 2.
Ooh.
Grid 2. Pulled that one out of the bag.
Yeah. Where did that come from?
Where's that come from? Go on then.
Grid 2.
Massive fan of the first one. I played it religiously, and the second one just
What, church?
looks new, improved. Yeah, at church. Because I was holy once.
Ah.
Some guy brought a shotgun and pummeled me full of holes. But,
oh dear. Chris did the funny. Yeah.
But the graphics just look utterly amazing.
Yeah, Grid was brilliant. Grid generally was brilliant. It's a proper racing. Cody's don't very rarely do. Well, I don't know. Anyone know if they've done a bad racing game?
No. It's a trademark, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean they are Codemasters Racing, aren't they? They've stopped doing shooters.
Bad games.
Well, I don't know. I didn't mind Operation Flashpoint. The second one. I said I didn't mind it. It was a good game. So yeah, I did what was that one? We had to shred everything and blow through walls and shit.
Black.
No, like Black. It was half the team from Black that made it. Oh.
Well, everything was destructible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it said everything was destructible, but yeah, it wasn't. It was only walls that were yellow were destructible.
So that game, okay.
Yeah, that game. That's how good it was.
That's the best game. I played that.
Yeah, that was
really
shit. But I hope Cody's do well with this. I think they need a good title, and from what I've seen of this, it looks.
Inversion.
No, it wasn't inversion. No, it looks like it's going to be.
It's going to bug me.
Body count.
Body
count. There you go.
I've never played it.
No one has.
I gave up.
Yeah, it was some shit.
Oh, yeah, I did play the demo.
I tried looking left,
I remember.
strafing, lean,
Strafe lean. Anything else? Anyone?
Yeah, I've got something. With obviously The Walking Dead, with
God.
Telltale Games bringing out their lovely series, which was more fun to play than playing with your balls. Let's put it like that.
Ooh, controversial. There you go, Richard, the man with no soul.
I didn't know that's entirely true.
I don't care about the kid that died.
What's people's thoughts on The Walking Dead Survival Instinct?
I'm a bit worried. I'll be honest. The footage that I saw of it, I was like, I'm a big Walking Dead TV series fan, and the zombies didn't appear to be the same as what they are in the series. The graphics looked terrible. I thought maybe it was an arcade game at first, but they had like that really shiny plonk-on hairstyle sort of thing, like a Lego haircut, and it was just like, wow, this has got to be like. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Because I want a decent zombie game. I really do. I want it to be good, but there's a big part of me going, it's a tie-in for a start, and they never go very well. So no, I think it's going to be dog shit.
For such a good series as well, and for obviously Telltale Games doing their bit, that was really good. And then for this to come out, and obviously we haven't seen much of it, to be fair, at the moment.
But that's what worries me.
But what we have seen, it looks pretty poop.
Isn't it out in a couple of weeks?
Correct, yeah.
But then, and this is what worries me. My general rule of thumb is, if you don't see anything of the game or any reviews or anything, there's a very good reason for it.
But yeah, we've got some other things, haven't we? We've got Star Trek. April.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm a Mass Effect fan, so it's going to take a huge load of stuff to get me away.
Yeah.
From looking at it and comparing it to Mass Effect, I think that's the big.
We got to get you away from XCOM first.
Never. You can't get away from XCOM, man. That's the game of the universe. That's the only game people need. Who needs next gen when you've got XCOM? No one. That's what I say.
95% chance to hit. Miss.
It's XCOM, baby. That's how it works, my friend. I think that's better. I mean, we do this once a week. we get other people on and stuff like that. There you go. So that's our first ever no fighting in the war room. I hope you liked it. Please feel free to tweet us. There will be links to everyone who was involved in this conversation in the description on this video, which will be edited shortly. Yeah, that's us. Tune in next week, hopefully, for another amazing, awesome crowd shout thingy cast. Right, cheers, guys. See you later.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye bye.